Good evening, students. Today we are going to talk about chemical bonding. Chemical bonding. What does bonding means? Bonding का मतलब है attraction. Naturally, attraction between atoms. For example, you are having this. Here, attraction among hydrogen atoms. Here, between hydrogen and oxygen. So these are known as molecules. We can also have this type of situation. Here, it is known as formula unit. So all these are molecules. So in this case, the attraction between atoms of similar or different elements, so that is constituted, that is studied under the heading of bonding. Naturally, when we are talking about this, so we are having some combining capacity. So what is that? It is known as valency. Valency. For example, CH4, carbon is tetravalent. Oxygen, H2O, oxygen is divalent. Nitrogen is trivalent. So it means that every atom is having combining capacity. So that is studied by the term valency. How does it define? Number of hydrogen atoms, double the number of oxygen atoms, 3 times the number of nitrogen atoms with which one atom of an element combines. So that is taken up under the heading of valency. So as a result of that, what we are having, because we are having different types of bonds, so obviously we'll be having different types of valency also. Electrovalent compound. Here valency will be termed as electrovalency. In covalent compound, valency will be termed as covalency. So here we have introduced the types of bond: electrovalent or ionic, covalent, coordinate, which is special case of covalent bond. Besides this, we are having intermolecular attractions like hydrogen bonding, London forces, etc. So all these are studied under the heading of what they call it, you can say, chemical bonding. How to explain the bond formation? Why bonds are formed? Bond formation simply, as we have already mentioned, attraction. So attraction is always exothermic process. From thermodynamics we know everything in this universe is trying to have minimum energy. A minimum energy and maximum stability. So attraction means loss of energy. Repulsion means increase in energy. So what is happening during bond formation? Attraction is encouraged while repulsion is being discouraged. So here we are having different bonds formation. So how we are explaining all this? So let us see this. For example, when we are saying valency, so we are having Lewis symbol. So sodium with 1 odd electron, chlorine with 7 electron, carbon with 4 electron. So what is valency? From Lewis symbol, the symbol of the name of element is indicating nucleus and inner shell electrons, while the dot or circle indicating just bigger form of dot, that is indicating what they call it, valence shell electron. So sodium is having 1 electron in the valence shell, chlorine is having 7. It is having valency 1, it is 8 minus 7. So what is valency equal to? Valency is given by x or 8 minus x. So what is x? X is number of electron in the valence shell. Sodium and chlorine are monovalent. Carbon is tetravalent. Nitrogen is trivalent. Oxygen, for example, oxygen is having this situation. Oxygen is divalent. It means that when we are talking about Lewis symbol, we are having valence shell electron, configuration, and inner shell configuration. So out of the two, which is more important, as the valency is suggesting, valence shell configuration. So valence shell configuration is defining combining capacity. So naturally out of the two configurations, two part of configuration, this is more important. And we are also having this thing term group. Group in periodic table. Periodic table. Here group means the series of elements lying under one and another, having similar properties. So why these are similar in behavior? Why similar properties? Because their valence shell configuration is same. So this is there in periodic table. So it means that in order to know chemical bonding, one has to know about the atomic structure first of all, then periodic table. After knowing the two chapters, then one can talk about chemical bonding. And chemical bonding is such an important topic. It is used in inorganic chemistry, and without this one cannot move, one cannot understand organic chemistry. So this is a very important topic. Majority of the students are having problem with this. So naturally it has to be understood properly. One should know the sequence, only then one can understand all this. ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੂਰੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ concept ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲੇਗਾ, then ਅਸੀਂ subject ਨੂੰ ਅੱਛੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ understand ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। Normally ਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ background ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ, sequence ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਲੱਗ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। तो chemical bonding ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਦੱਸਿਆ। फिर molecule की है, this is for covalent compound, and NaCl ionic compound है, इस वास्ते term use होती formula unit. Then we have talked about valency and valence shell configuration. तो second type of configuration is inner shell configuration. पर इन दोनों जो important कौन है? Valence shell configuration. We are also having one more term which is known as periodic law. This is indicating the physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic number. Again, this is the basis of long form of periodic table, modern periodic table. Earlier we were having some periodic table which was based on atomic mass. That was having quite a number of lacuna, quite a number of weakness, quite a number of shortcomings. That was replaced by modern or long form periodic table. Then let us continue with the reason for bond formation. We are having first concept, the explanation why bonds are formed of bond. Why bonds are formed? The first concept is Lewis concept. We are familiar with the noble gases or inert gases. These are also known as aerogens. So this is 18 group element. We are knowing that these are not entering into combination. H2 is possible here, but He2 is not possible. It is not existing because helium is stable in itself. It's not combining. So it means the elements are entering into combination, their atoms are entering into combination simply to complete octet of electron in their valence shell. So what is the, again term valence shell comes. Octet means 8 electrons, sextet means 6 electrons, triplet means 3 electron, quartet. So these terms are quite common in spectroscopy. Octet. So every atom, the atom of all elements are trying to have octet of electron in their valence shell. So this is the first concept which is comparable. This is taking into account the stability or non-reactivity of noble gases, because all of them are having octet of electron in their valence shell. Next comes what they call it, after all, whenever we are replacing one concept with another. Why we are doing so? This is not simply for passing time. We are doing it simply because this is having quite a number of shortcomings, quite a number of unexplained things. So naturally we move on to some another concept. What is that? It is known as Vesper theory. Vesper means valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. We were talking about attraction, repulsion here. Valence shell, valence shell. So naturally what is happening according to this valence shell electron pair repulsion theory? So whatever was not explained here, that will be explained. For example, here we are explaining the shapes of geometries of molecule. Shapes or geometries of molecule. Why methane is tetrahedral in shape? Why not square planar? Why ammonia is pyramidal in shape while BF3 is trigonal in shape? Both of them still having same formula AB3, but shapes are different. So this is explained on the basis of Vesper theory. What does it indicate? Pairing up of electron in the valence shell around central atom in molecule. Naturally electron pairs will be repelling each other, repelling one another. Naturally whenever repulsion is there, what's our aim? To maximize attraction, to minimize repulsion. So electron pair will be arranged in space in such a manner that the minimum repulsion is there among those electron pair. So this theory is explaining all that. So naturally why methane is tetrahedral, water is distorted tetrahedral, carbon dioxide is linear in shape. So naturally we are all explaining this on the basis of Vesper theory. Continuing further, we are having one more property which is known as dipole moment. It is indicated by this symbol. Here it is indicating why certain molecules are having certain particular shape. Whatever indicated by Vesper theory, same information is given by what they call it. You can say dipole moment. It is also giving us the percentage of ionic character in covalent compounds. Secondly, it is also giving you the nature of compound, whether it is polar in nature or non-polar. Polar may be weakly polar, it may be strongly polar. For example, sodium chloride is soluble in water. Sodium chloride is soluble in water because it is electrovalent compound. HF and HCl, both of them are polar. HF is polar because fluorine is more electronegative. Fluorine is more electronegative, so it is polar. Now, in the case of carbon dioxide, here bond is polar, but molecule is non-polar because polarity is getting cancelled. So polarity is getting cancelled. So in this case, not cancellation, in this case, cancellation. In both cases, bond moment is there. Here, bond moment is resulting into dipole moment. Here, bond moment is there, but dipole moment is zero because bond, what polarity is being cancelled. Similarly, if you are having water, so water in this case, so water is polar because in this case bond moment is there but dipole moment is zero. So as a result of that, it is giving you something more than Vesper theory, what Vesper theory was giving. I think we should be continuing with that. That's all. Thank you.